Oh.
just as quick as the teacher could read those off. He got into the well drilling business because he'd worked with a seismograph crew for oil, drilling holes down and setting charges of dynamite down there and recording how deep the formations were. So he was paying attention to the underlying gravel and where the water was and all that. So then he, with his cousin Raymond, they built a test rig and they went out and drilled water wells. And then when irrigation hit this country in 56, 57, 58, well, he had built an irrigation rig to drill irrigation holes, which was a hole about 36 inches in diameter. And right out here north, well, this is before I came to live here, I was working for him that winter, and he had tested it for the owner and found that there was a good well there. The owner had drilled a well on a quarter of a mile away the year before and pumped 300 gallon a minute, 250, something like that. He was wanting more water because we was in quite a drought at that time, and they were trying to raise feed for cattle. And Jim had promised him that he'd get the well drilled, and we were still building the rig. He got the guy that drilled the first hole to come out, and instead of setting on the test hole, he drilled in between two test holes, thinking that'd be a better deal. Drilled the hole, and there wasn't hardly any water there. And he was hopping mad. He came where we was working on the rig and said, "That well wasn't any good at all." He said, "I want my test hole money back." And Jim said, "Well, did you set right on the test hole?" And he hawed around and finally said, "No, he didn't." And Jim said, "In a week I'll have this rig done and I'll come out and drill the hole. If it doesn't do what I said, you don't owe me nothing. We'll do double or nothing." And the owner agreed to that. So when we came out to drill the well, we got down about 6 foot off the depth where he was wanting to go and couldn't go any farther because it was a reverse rig and he was pulling the gravel and things up through the column instead of the other way around, and he couldn't get those. There was big egg rocks that he'd hit down there, and he was just making them go round and around, and they were hard enough he couldn't break them up and couldn't suck them up the column. And so he got an old disc, put on the cable, and he stood on this disc, and I lowered him down the hole in the water, and he used his feet to get these rocks loaded on this little disc, and then I pulled him up.
Yeah.
And I was supposed to let him down, and as soon as the line got slack, so I know he was at the bottom of the hole, I was supposed to give him 5 seconds, and then I was supposed to bring him back up.
Because he was underwater?
He was underwater.
Okay.
Yes. And it was this time of year. It was cold as can be. And first time he didn't get the rock on the disc because there's 3 of them there, and then, so I did it again. He got one, and we got all 3 of them. And then he was able to drill on down and finish the hole. But there was no casing in this hole. It was just dirt and gravel.
How many feet down?
38 feet was the bottom of the hole. So at that time we was about 34 feet down, but it was like 12 foot to water. So there was a lot of water he was.
Yeah.
And it was very risky. But
Yeah.
he had made the commitment.
Right. Right.
And that was the kind of guy he was.
Wow. Well, and I think the difference with people who do that kind of stuff is the ingenuity that you have to make things work out.
Yep, yeah. Well, the thought pattern that, yeah, I can do this, I can make this.
What do we have to change? What can we do here to change?
But you try to maneuver a rock as big as your head onto a little disc, and it isn't much bigger with your feet already on there.
When you're 6 feet underwater.
Or more.
Gosh.